I've been teaching yoga for more than 20 years, and recently I've been wondering, can I fall in love with yoga again? Hi, I'm Nina, a yoga teacher and health coach, and I help midlife women rebuild their energy and confidence with simple, sustainable habits. Maybe it isn't yoga for you, maybe it's exercise in general, or your body, or your morning routine, or your partner, or your kids. Something that used to light you up now feels flat, heavy, or even like a chore. That doesn't mean that you've failed. It's just an invitation to look a little closer and a little deeper inside. Now, there wasn't one big moment when I fell out of love with yoga. It was more like a slow drift. I moved out of my yoga studio, I traveled more, my work shifted and changed to becoming online, I taught less, I sat more, and other things started to take up a little bit more space. So yoga was still in my life, but it felt like something I used to be in love with. I just didn't feel that spark anymore. Ayurveda definitely stepped in and helped for a while. The daily habits, getting to bed early, earlier dinners, routines that made me feel grounded and sane was fantastic. And then I found my love for strength training and getting into walking and different forms of movement and paddle and tennis to feel that excitement again. So I had to ask myself a question: do I miss yoga itself, or do I miss how I used to feel when I practiced and taught yoga? Instead of forcing myself back into long practices, I decided to run a small experiment. Could I fall back in love with yoga gently? And I realized it's just like a long-term relationship. At the beginning, it's all fireworks and newness and intensity, and you can't get enough of it, and you want to learn more and do more and share more. But over time, it changes. Life happens, work, maybe you've got kids or pets, aging parents, bills, bigger responsibilities, and the spark doesn't always feel obvious. That doesn't mean the love is necessarily gone. A lot of the women I coach tell me the same thing. I don't feel like myself anymore. I can't find my spark. And it's not just with yoga, it's with their body, with their work, with their relationships. So what if the goal isn't to chase that old feeling anymore? What if the goal is to meet what's here now with curiosity instead of judgment? So I decided to just strip everything back. No playlists, no incense, no candles, no complicated sequencing, no should I do more of this. Just roll out my mat and start with one round of Surya Namaskar, one round of the salute to the sun, to check in, to see how I was feeling, to see what my body needed, to see what I needed physically, mentally, emotionally. And then notice what happens. Did I want to continue with sequencing? Did I want a few gentle stretches? Did I want to go deeper? And that tiny practice became my daily check-in. Some days my body felt really open and strong, like I wanted to do more. Some days I felt stiff, I felt bloated, tired, but every day I showed up, and every day I learned something about myself. I realized that the love wasn't in the fancy postures or the postures themselves. It was in the showing up, in giving my body attention without any conditions. And I think this might be the same with relationships in midlife. At first, everything is new and exciting, and later the love looks more like making tea for each other, sitting together in silence, showing up even on the hard days when you don't really like the person. And yoga for me is exactly that. It's become a quiet foundation. It's not always glamorous, but it's deeply supportive. And honestly, that is what I want my relationship with my body to be as well. Not negative, not you're failing me, but I'm here. I'm listening. Let's figure this out together. So can we fall back in love with yoga or any part of life that seems to have lost its spark? Maybe not in the same way as we did in our 20s, but we can fall in love with the deeper version, the one that's built on rhythm, the one that's built on honesty, and the one where there's deep presence. If there's something you've always drifted away from, practice, passion, even your own body, don't rush to fix it. Start small. Maybe just show up for 10 minutes. See what shifts when you give it the attention without the pressure. And in the next video, we're going to talk about how to keep showing up, especially on the mornings where you absolutely do not feel like it. Until then, tell me in the comments what's one thing in your life you'd secretly love to fall back in love with again. See you then.